Welcome back, everyone, to Metroid Other M number 2. Not number 2 as in number 2 game, but episode 2, rather. This is WhiteHawke, and I'm joined with Baube, who keeps trying to talk over me.
It's because I don't know where I can, like, talk.
It's okay, because, like, I have our commentary separate, so, you know, if I want to have one person talk over the other person, I can do that. But, you know, we're moving on with the game.
Go through the hatch on your right and head towards.
You know what I hate about this? He doesn't say, Samus, good job, because we just did the thing he asked us to do. He just immediately tells us to do this other thing right after. Also, there was a slight transition right there, if you noticed.
Yeah, he's the strict father figure, so you know he.
Yeah, if you stick around in this room, he's actually gonna tell you that to be on your way. Like, Samus, what's wrong? Go to Sector 1, and that's the only place you can go to. Oh, now there's actually there's no power-ups in this, but there's something I want to mention. I am actually going to point out where some power-ups are, and there's one power-up that's coming up that you only get one chance to get it, and if you don't take that chance, the only other opportunity you'll have to get that power-up is after the bonus boss of the post-game, I think.
Oh, really?
So, by then, it's completely useless.
Yeah.
You have no use for it.
What's the power-up, by the way?
Missiles. See, the joke is that missiles are already useless because you can always get some more by concentrating them up. And all you have to do to concentrate is point the Wii remote up and hold the A button. Here I'm trying to wall jump up there because there's supposed to be a power up here.
I see that.
It's tougher than it looks, though.
Is it true, like like some people complain about the health system since you can just like stand around and just charge your
yeah, only when you're in critical health. In hard mode, it's less than 25 health, but in normal mode, it can be like up to 1 energy tank when you're becoming critical, I think.
Oh.
And it's here, right here. This is where the missile power-up is going to be the first time you enter this place. If you go directly into the elevator, guess what? You're not going to get that missile, and it's going to be completely useless for the rest of the game, because by the time you get it again, or like another opportunity to get it, it's not going to be used for anything. But
yeah, you already be overpowered.
Yeah, missiles are already infinite because you can always concentrate them up, so it's completely pointless anyway.
But like those superpowers, are they better than the normal ones, or like because you already have missiles now?
Yeah, no. See, it's only missiles. To use super missiles, you actually have to do like the way they do in Prime games. You do a charge beam and then use missiles, and that causes a super missile to be used.
Okay, I see.
Here, I'm locked into this place. I don't know why I'm locked in this place. Like, these are creatures. How they have control over the doors is beyond me. There's also another theory that Adam purposely locks you into these places so that you get rid of all the enemies, which makes it all the more frustrating. Sector 1,
yeah, so far I can see the
2,
big
and 3.
And 3.
The Biosphere, Cryosphere, and Parosphere, I think.
Oh yes, are those like the jungle, like lavas? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
jungle, lava, and ice area. The most generic type of locales you can
Also, can we talk about it? Doesn't make any sense. Like there is lava in a spaceship.
There's a geothermal power plant in the spaceship. That makes no sense. They just bullshit that in for some reason. Why? I don't know. But like, you know, it's like Sakamoto. He doesn't want to create a new planet for Samus to explore, but he wants Samus to go through locales that would be on a planet. So he makes this nonsense called the bottle ship and the BSL that are actually spaceships but work like planets. It's kind of stupid that Metro Prime Hunters did this better. Prime Hunters had 2 planets and 2 spaceships.
And it was still better.
Yeah, it was better because, see, according to Sakamoto, Samus only explores 2 planets, Zebes and Star 388. And she only goes through 2 spaceships, the bottle ship and the BSL. That's literally all he's come up with in terms of locales for Samus to explore. Like, I guess you could say the Ceres station from the beginning of Super Metroid, but literally Hunters had more creativity than this game, or the entire Metroid franchise, according to Sakamoto so far. Of course, not to say that Hunters is better gameplay-wise, because some people would argue that Metroid Other M is indeed better gameplay-wise compared to Hunters, but Hunters was clearly meant for multiplayer, so it had an excuse.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, here we have a quick time event, but there's no prompt.
Oh.
And you know what? I like that. I like that there's no prompt because it's like it feels more natural that way. These creatures are really annoying if you don't lethal like do a lethal strike on them. Yeah, because if you don't lethal strike them, they like right now they're invisible and they'll keep firing projectiles at me. But if they're actually visible, they use their tail to great effectiveness.
Oh, right, I see.
So the fact that you can kill them right away as soon as you missile them is really good. Because otherwise I would have been really frustrated.
Yeah, I've seen some of the, like, the gameplay was really good with those. Like
it's cool. It's
the
definitely
quick time
cool.
events where like many people like that because it's like it gives the feel of stress. And
Yeah,
like,
that you're distressed and you're badass when you actually pull it off, but
Yeah.
it's still really linear and limited compared to how the other Metroid games do it. And some people say, oh, it's not really how Metroid is supposed to be. I don't mind spin-off type of gameplay, you know? If it's okay, I don't mind for it to happen to just one game. And Prime, that was a really good transition to 3D, so I don't think anyone particularly minds that it was used for 3 games, technically 5.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's Federation Force and Prime Hunters who also try to mimic the Prime type of viewpoint. And there's Prime 4 coming up soon. Hopefully that game is going to be good.
Oh, it's kind of weird. The rooms look kind of like it's a bit repetitive, if you ask me.
Yeah, the game always points out where you need to go. That's also a
Yeah.
Metroid sin, because the Metroid franchise is supposed to let you explore the planet
Explore,
/
yeah,
space
exactly.
station however you want. Sakamoto, he didn't care about that. Please play, quote unquote, this game and listen to my story. For reference, the cutscenes are unskippable the very first time you play this game.
Also, it's supposed.
So
to
they
be
wanted you to watch the story. And here,
Yeah,
I didn't know how to handle this, or rather, I didn't want to point out at this creature. I wanted to point out at this creature instead, and because of that, I got hit. I think I died to this creature the very first time I played this game. Ow.
Yeah, there is.
I'm trying to missile it right now, because if you missile it, you'll have an opportunity to kill it real quick. The charge beam also stuns it, but it doesn't stun it the proper way.
Okay.
So Lethal Strike.
Lethal Strike,
I
there
thought
you go.
this was the only creature I was supposed to kill, but here comes another one. Right here. And I tried to missile it right here, but I
Rolling.
missed.
Oh.
And now I'm in critical mode. So one more hit and I will die. The thing about, like, when you're about to die is that in normal mode, you always have mercy invincibility. If a kill, oh wow, there's the third one. Huh, completely forgot about that. If an attack would have killed you, it would actually leave you at 0/1 health, which means one more hit and you die, but any hit that would have killed you, you'll actually survive and you have an opportunity to restore your health by using concentration. In hard mode, that does not exist. If it's gonna kill you, it's gonna kill you.
Of course, it's hard mode.
It makes it more frustrating, but it also kind of makes some attacks kind of because they were clearly not meant to kill you in one hit, and yet they do in hard mode because reasons. Or rather, because Adam didn't authorize the gravity suit.
Also, it's supposed to be a space station, but it doesn't look like a living space station at all. It looks like
You know what? I want to say it does look like a space station.
yeah, but like it doesn't look like
It doesn't look
was
organic. I will
living.
agree with that
Yeah,
statement.
exactly.
But it does feel like a space station. The art
That's true.
direction is weak, is what we're trying to say, I think.
Also cutscene.
Yep. There is
The
no
baby
need
come.
for monologuing, Samus.
It's no time. No, it's not the time.
What is all these spooky shots anyway? Like, what's coming up? Oh, some dead guy. Some dead guy, like we saw earlier. Like, I think we're supposed to think he's dead. He just looks like he's got a bad texture on him.
Something had been raised. And in one
And there she
corner
goes again.
was the miserable form of a researcher's corpse. This victim hadn't sustained the same injuries. The dead I'd seen had been torn apart by something large.
What dead?
Yeah, the voice acting
We've
is
only
not
seen
good
one
at
other
all.
dead person so
This
far.
one had been attacked by a different type of creature.
Different type of creature.
And as I studied
Spooky.
the violence this
Spooky
creature
voice
had
acting.
brought,
That's the scary
something
part.
in the air. The
Yeah, really.
presence of a dark intelligence.
The presence of a dark intelligence.
of
Yeah, I
dark
forgot
intelligence.
this subtitle because like it was gameplay, so I had to go back to my gameplay that it didn't have some subtitles. But
It's good.
you'll see later on that I actually manually added some subtitles to avoid this kind of issue. I think I got all the spots.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that was
I
all there
thought it
was
was
to do
something
over
more.
there. And here we can't go
Okay.
back because the door is locked, so we have to get out of here.
Yeah.
So all we have to do for this place is check out that place and get that cutscene, and now we have to get out. And Adam will authorize us to do something.
That's kind of silly.
Yeah, it is. There's tons of moments like this in the game. There's one particularly aggravating part at some point. Also, now loading. I'm actually moving too quickly for the game. That's actually something good about the game. You don't see the now loading scenes too often. Usually the doors will open right away. Also, I didn't mention this before, but there's these scenes where you have to point at something, and the plot will not continue until you point at the thing you need to point. The problem is that there's no, in some cases, there's no particular indication of what you're supposed to point at.
Yeah.
So that's really annoying. You see right there? She only, like, her eyes moved, but she didn't actually move. Of course, why would you be scared of that silly creature? It's clearly just a bunny kind of thing. Right?
A cute thing, I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing spooky about it at all.
Another cutscene. That's a spooky bunny. It's back.
Okay, there's definitely something creepy about it. You should shoot it, Samus. No one's gonna miss it. You know what? It would have been so much neater if it was like, if you were going through the door, and if you look back, the bunny would have been standing there instead of a cutscene directly showing it. Because later in the game, they accentuate how dangerous that bunny actually is. It's a killer bunny. And here we have our first true puzzle, in my opinion. Like, there was some other ones, but like, if you looked carefully, you could see that I couldn't continue anymore.
Yeah, you were stuck.
Because it's fake what's going on here. It's all simulated. It's a space station. Because who would want to explore a silly planet like Talon 4, which is totally non-canon. I'm getting rid of the enemies because they're in the way. Makes it easier to get rid of the hive.
Yeah. Well, the puzzle must be you destroy all the enemies and now you can progress.
Yeah,
right?
you might think that initially, but you know what? I'll just let the gameplay happen because you gotta get rid of this hive. And it's interesting what happens. It's actually kind of cool. As soon as you destroy all the enemies,
they're all dead?
not supposed to go over there.
Okay.
I'm trying to do something silly here because I'm confusing this room with another room. What happens is that these ants start appearing. And that goes into
there you go.
See, that's actually kind of cool. You can go there immediately,
Yeah.
but instead, if you destroy all the enemies, the game is actually going to show you that, hey, there's a tunnel right there.
That's neat.
And then
That's
you
neat.
stop the simulation, and now you can go in directly into the door. That's really cool. If the game was more of this and less of stupid cutscenes, I would have appreciated a lot more. And here's another thing that's actually kind of neat, but also doesn't make much sense in relation to how the scientists worked in this place.
Yeah, they have to shoot something.
Yeah, you shoot that and all of the creatures in the room died. Or they were incapacitated. Something like that. Here, I already know what I'm supposed to do. Get rid of this hive.
Shoot the thing.
Yeah, shoot the thing. That's what we do during this entire game. I'm trying to shoot like, the only way you can shoot missiles is if you're actually locking on to something. Which
the mobs don't aggro you when you are in first person. I just noticed that.
They don't what?
They don't aggro you. Like, they don't attack you when you're in first person.
They do attack you, but not as fast as you might expect. They give you some room to break with. The thing is that when you go into first person, it slows down the time around you. It gives you some time to react.
Okay, I see.
And that's actually really good because it's annoying to go into first person. They knew it was bad. They knew it was discount Metroid Prime.
At least they got that right.
Stopping the simulation bothers this creature. It looks like a Pokemon. Giraffe.
Yeah, really.
Like, you can see that its head seems to be the small part, but that's actually its tail or something. But I actually don't have to fight it, so I ignore it.
Yeah. Why molest the animals when you just can pass by them? If they don't attack you, of course.
Assuming Adam doesn't lock us in the room.
Exactly.
The design of many of these creatures is also really mediocre because
those one look like one of the ships from Star Wars, like the droids with the droids one. No, not the X-wings. It's a droid. I forgot the name, but they look like
that.
I
can sort of get it. But they're actually creatures from the original game, which is something that Sakamoto really wanted to adhere to. The original game's designs. Anyway, for some reason, Sakamoto/Adam didn't want to open the door in front of us because he can't, so we have to go over here. We're actually gonna go on a loop. And
what if Adam is Sakamoto?
Yeah,
that would make sense.
I know, it does make sense. Him actually considering himself to be Sakamoto, or Adam rather, and being Sam's true father figure, and you know.
Yeah.
But you know,
That's
We're
why
not gonna
he
go
is
there.
so much
Not yet, anyway. Especially because the
passive
relationship,
aggressive.
the relationship between Adam and Samus is really creepy. When you think about it, anyway. So here we have another washroom. There's actually something you can do here in normal mode. If you open this door or one of these doors,
there's a special there,
there's a
right?
power up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a reserve tank or something. Whatever.
Like, I've seen some of the footage, but it's not
You know how in Metroid games there's energy tanks, missiles, and stuff that you can get? In this game, to get 100% power-ups to pick up, they actually had to create energy parts. Which is like how The Legend of Zelda does heart containers, you know? You collect 4 pieces of a piece of heart or heart container to create an actual one, and then you'll be able to reap their benefits. Because you only get like a maximum of 7/8 energy tanks in this game. But you also get some reserve tanks, which makes it so that when you use concentration, you restore more of your health.
Okay. Like,
there's another cool thing that happens right here. Assuming I can get the jumps right.
yeah.
So you missile that, and the elevator looks like it's gonna fall on your head.
Yeah.
And you see that there's another part that you have to destroy, but there's a creature coming up!
Oh no!
And that makes you kind of rush.
Kinda stressed out, yeah.
Well, if you shoot that thing up there while you're hanging onto the ledges, guess what's gonna happen?
The elevator falls down.
Yeah.
Goodbye. He's dead.
I think that was my actual first game over, and you know what? That was my fault. Because clearly the game foreshadowed what was going to happen. But the stress of the creature coming up to get to you and annoy you can make some people panic. And you know what? I think that's good design. Good job, Butter M. You did something good for once.
I don't know, that part reminds me of Half-Life for some reason. I don't know why.
Super missiles. Hey, Adam, can we have super missiles authorized?
Super missiles,
okay,
please.
Whatever.
We need them.
There's no power up, so we wouldn't get anything if we went there.
Kaboom.
Yep.
And that's another. Oh.
Yeah, I don't get these parts. This is lame right here.
Oh
Just
no.
Bomb several garbage chutes or something. And here we have a subversion, an enemy.
Oh.
But yeah, we're just gonna morph ball for quite some time here.
Okay.
Sakamoto explained first person to be like exploration mode, to be the exploration element of the Metroid franchise, and a lot of people didn't agree.
But I mean, it's a bit silly because if you can't move your camera,
yeah, I don't get what he was thinking with that.
It's stupid. Yeah.
A lot of what Sakamoto said during these interviews, which should be linked to the playthrough that I hopefully linked to in the description. It didn't make much sense. Also, that creature caught me.
Oh,
Gosh.
Oops.
To escape from it, you have to morph ball and then bomb. Here we have another quick time event.
Oh.
I don't think it's instant death if you get caught, but you will get damaged. A lot.
Yeah.
And it might kill you if you're
Probably.
too low on health. But in normal mode, it doesn't matter because you always have that mercy invincibility. So, except for that one time where it's actually an instant kill, most people don't actually need to get the quick time event. It's just, oh, you feel super powerful if you get it, you know?
More corridors, more bombs, more things to shoot at.
Yeah, missiles and bombs, that's all we got to use right now. We're really limited during this whole game.
Yeah.
There's no cool things
So
like
far,
beam combinations and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it makes me feel like the Final Fantasy XIV one. Like, it's the same thing. It's only big rooms, you straight forward, you kill something,
Final Fantasy
you go
14?
straight forward. Yeah, 14. I think it was a 14.
13, I think, is what you're thinking of.
Or 13,
13 was
yeah.
the linear one. Like the really, really linear one. Like, some people argued when Final Fantasy 13 came out that Final Fantasy 6 was also linear when you think about it. But no one's gonna diss Final Fantasy 6. Everyone loves that game too much. And I do too. You should play Final Fantasy 6 if you haven't played it.
I should. Like one of my friends, I know he bought Final Fantasy 7. I think it was.
Yeah, I bought it too, and I haven't gotten around to finishing that game.
And he didn't like it. Like he didn't like it. Like it's like a game that you're forced to like. It's like to the big classic
yeah, because
thing,
it's
but, you know.
yeah, it's a historical game, let's say.
Yeah. But like he didn't like it.
Well,
like,
it's very ugly in this day and age. There's the reason the people kept telling.
No, it wasn't because of that. It wasn't because of some of the gameplay features.
Well,
like,
that too, but
most
most people argue that the game just looks ugly now, which is why some people wouldn't like it, and why people wanted Square Enix to remake it. And they're remaking it now, and we're definitely gonna get the first part in 2020 or something like that. Is Shenmue 3 out yet? Did he even inform people?
Oh yes, it's true. They did like a crowd.
Yeah, that was a long time ago,
yeah.
and we haven't had much. Like, there's a lot of crowdfunded games that have come out in recent times. Like Ukulele, I think we mentioned that at some point. That came out and that was mediocre, disappointingly enough. There's Mighty Number 999 that some people can't forget about, and some people keep still hammering about. Some people have only recently gotten some of the rewards for that game. What a train wreck!
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh.
I never did anything for it though. Right here, this is one of the first power-ups and only out of 2 power-ups that you can get and you pick up and to unlock in the game. This diffusion beam. I don't know why they didn't just have Samus get the spacer beam, but whatever. So that's one of the.
Can you use it though?
Yeah, you do, because you have to use it right here. The game is doing something good.
All right.
So anyway, as far as crowdfunded games are concerned, there's a Hat in Time that came out recently. I actually got that game and I've heard good things about it. I think I might actually let's play for the channel, assuming I have the time for it. It's gonna be later because I've got a bunch of other stuff to do. But yeah, Hat in Time is apparently good. If you like collectathons and Ukulele disappointed you, look up Hat in Time. Apparently that game is really good. Really adorable.
Oh yes, I've been following the development of the game.
Yeah, it's apparently turned out really good. Wind Waker style aesthetic and some hiccups here and there, but really good. People got.
I wanted to buy it, but I didn't have enough money. But I ended up buying Cuphead too. Cuphead is a great game.
Oh yeah, Cuphead. I'm looking forward to trying that too.
It.
That one's gone viral, I think, because of its looks.
Not only the looks, like the gameplay, the music, everything is like really good. All this, I recommend. But I had in time I have to buy it because it's been a while and I really wanted to play it.
Yeah.
Like, the first moments I saw the what they had planned for the game, I was like, oh, I completely fell in love with it. It's it looks really good.
A lot of crowdfunded games end up to being platformers because platformers are easy, easy to make. These creatures, you really want to lethal strike them the moment they drop to the ground because they take some time. Anyway, back on the topic of crowdfunded games. Shenmue 3, is there any news on that game? Have you heard anything?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird.
The thing is that Shenmue 3, Final Fantasy 7 remake, and what was the other game? Like the Sony conference of 2015 or 2016, it had 3 games that were really hyped up, and people were like called the conference legendary because those games all came out at the same time or announced at the same time. Oh yeah, The Last Guardian, right? That game.
Oh yeah,
that game came out and that was pretty good as far as I know. Like some people didn't like it, but I've heard it was good for what it is. But Shenmue 3 and Final Fantasy 7, they're gonna take some time to come out, and
that's true.
There haven't been much updates for these games, and given the history of some of the crowdfunded projects, some people aren't too optimistic. But
I think the last update we had on Final Fantasy 7 was only the.
Well, that's gonna take some time.
Right?
I don't think Final Fantasy 7 was actually crowdfunded, but it was announced amongst 2 crowdfunded games.
No,
or something like that. So.
Yeah.
Or no, you know what? Last Guardian, was that actually crowdfunded? Sorry, sorry, my memory is bad because Final Fantasy 7, whatever the case. Some people that just like there's tons of games that come out, crowdfunded games. Minor Number 9, Ukulele, and some others did turn out too well. Some didn't come out at all, and the people just ran away with your money. So that's terrible. But then there's A Hat in Time, Cuphead, and some other games. I can't think of them off the top of my head. Those came out and those were good. So you know what? It's 50-50 right now if Shenmue 3 is going to turn out and surpass expectations or meet them at the very least. As far as Final Fantasy 7 is concerned, well, Square Enix, they should take all the time they have because, you know, that 10-year development time for her really helped save Final Fantasy 13. Do you agree?
Yeah.
People sure love those linear corridors and all that stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Lightning, she's my waifu.
Ooh, the best.
Yeah. When it was pointed out that her real name is Eclair, oh gosh.
Yeah.
I totally didn't facepalm of the stupidity of that name or something like that. Because in French, that's the same thing as lightning.
Exactly.
I think actually in the English version, they actually changed it to Claire, which is much better. But, you know, when I heard that her actual real name is Eclair instead of lightning, that was just so dumb for me because I'm French. It's the same thing, you dumbasses.
Oh.
Okay, but back to Other M. This gameplay, we totally want to commentate on it, and it's totally not me going on a loop right now.
Yeah, that's
Some
what it
people
was
really
going
want me to
say.
see me suffer, but I don't start getting game overs until later. The early game is fairly easy. Also, I'm paranoid, so I save whenever I get the opportunity. Mostly because I actually have to go through a save station to restore my health. Normally in Metroid games, when you defeat the enemies, you get pickups. In this game, there are no pickups gained from enemies unless it's like a specific power, like the diffusion beam or the seeker missiles later on. And I read here you're supposed to deactivate or activate the simulation, ironically enough. But I know what to do, and you can skip the whole process.
Oh, what? You could blow up the...
Yeah,
okay,
because
then
if you
I
activate the
didn't even saw
simulation, if you activate the simulation,
Oh, you can see that.
You're gonna see that the simulation has trouble rendering that part, and that shows that you have
Okay.
to bomb that place.
The Zelda technique.
So it's a sequence break, technically. It's as much a sequence break you can do in this game, really. If you try to sequence break under M, like, I think it's possible, actually, to sequence break. There's a part where you can sequence break the speed booster. The problem is that you need the speed booster later, so you've soft locked the game.
Oh, okay.
Also, those creatures managed to put me in critical mode. Or maybe I left my...
died right there.
Like, actually, that's something about critical mode. Sometimes you'll purposely let yourself get hit to enter critical mode so you can actually restore your health. Because there's some creatures,
Oh, yeah,
there's some creatures that can kill you if you're at 80 health, so you don't want to let that happen, so you actually
Yeah,
try
that's what I
to
thought.
let yourself get hit so you can always be at full health. Anyway, there's a creature over there. I actually have to kill it.
Oh, no, you dodged that, right?
No,
Okay,
I didn't.
you
It
got
actually
You
it
got
appears out from under you, is what it does.
You tried. Okay, yeah.
And I'm in critical mode once again. Will I die?
We'll find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
No. These things aren't that challenging. They're a sense move proof enemy. Or no, the sense move easy to deal with for sense move type of enemy. Because if you keep tiptoeing all over the place, you'll always dodge their move. And someone mentioned that, oh, if you sense move into an attack, you'll actually get damage. That's not true. If you're pretty much invincible. There are some attacks that will actually bypass that, but for the most part, you're invincible.
Okay, invincibility frames, I guess.
This is one of the few rooms
yeah.
in the game where there's some type of atmosphere to it. The music helps too. Also, I was trying to just run up
Oh,
the
you
whole
got
thing,
hit.
but I got hit, so forget it. I'll kill everything in sight. Genocide run is go.
Well, that's true. It's pretty. Well, the tree thing is similar
These
to the jungle one,
tentacles.
but yeah, I can see what you mean.
The music is also decent.
Yeah.
The thing about... wow, I've forgotten what I was about to say.
Oh, is the music at least good in the game?
No, not really. It's disappointing. Like, it's not bad, but it's really generic is the problem.
Was it? It's only remixes.
The
Remixes,
remixes
right?
are the good parts, is basically what it is.
Yeah. Open. There you go.
Yeah,
That's how you do it.
Okay, now I remember what I was saying. I watched a hard mode playthrough before doing this playthrough myself, and it was a world record hard mode speedrun. And the speedrun, the player actually managed to get through the whole thing without getting hit, but I couldn't do that. Anyway, it's another part where you have to point at something. Guess what I'm supposed to point at? These bugs. Do you see these bugs?
Oh, wow.
That's
Okay,
brown
yeah.
on brown. The first time, the very
even
first
saw them.
time I went through that segment, the first time I played this game, it took me 10 minutes to figure out I was supposed to point at those things. Because the lighting in this game is terrible.
Really bad.
Really,
yeah,
really
I
bad.
can see that.
Anyway, boss
Like, even
fight.
though I even saw them, I didn't.
I
Even
know.
Saw them the first
If you
time.
don't know they're there, you won't notice them, and you won't know you're supposed to point at them. Anyway, it's our first major boss fight, I think. Well, except for that Kirby creature, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what their names are. Like, I think the name of this creature is King, Key Hunter, Kai Hunter, whatever they're called. These are Kai Hunters, by the way.
Okay.
They're creature that was introduced in Super Metroid, I believe. And Sakamoto considers them to be a classic, I guess. But they're really ugly, I want to say, in this game. They were definitely hard in Fusion, but in this game they're introduced relatively early on, so they're not too bad.
Yeah, something I read about the game is that Sakamoto wanted to make the game really retro feel like.
But, yeah,
with all
basically,
the classic enemies and
if you
stuff.
look at a commercial for the Japanese release, one of them showed Metroid 1 footage, and then it translated into Metroid Other M footage. And that is so bad because you know this game's not like Other M. You know, Metroid 1 is nothing like Other M. Even the Japanese audience knew that. Like something else Sakamoto mentioned. He wanted to bring back Metroid to Japan. and it's never been in Japan, even though it was made in Japan originally, because the game was also always more popular in the Western territories. Ran out of missiles, so I gotta concentrate them up. They could.
Okay, that's a 10 besides your like little health bar thingy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the missiles you got. Okay, I didn't know what was that. Oh.
I have to dodge a lot. I
Yeah.
have to get rid of the Kai Hunters first.
There you go.
Yeah, it takes like a second to restore. Ow! It takes like a second to restore my missiles, but to restore your health, it takes like a good 3 seconds. So in boss fights, if you're low on health and you think you can heal, you have to stand still for 3 seconds and hope the boss won't actually hit you, even though it's on your face all the time, basically.
Oh, and here it goes.
There actually will be an opportunity, like I'll show it later on, but the opportunity to heal yourself in boss fights is that you have to go into their stun segment where you charge shot them or super missile them or something like that, and that's the opportunity you have to actually be able to heal.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah, that's not a queen right there, that's a king. I don't know why. I think it's a translation error, because king in Japan it can be used for female characters.
King and queen? Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but it's like that apparently. Just one missile left.
And he's dead. Okay. Alright.
And instead of exploding like it should, it petrifies. I don't know why.
Why? Why?
It makes no sense for creatures to explode, but it's such a ingrained into gameplay or games in general that I felt that would have been better, you know? Oh, hey, it's that bunny thing.
Oh no. The spooky bunny is back.
It is spooky. Look at that tongue and those teeth.
I'm sure if you feed him.
Oh, disgusting.
Good.
Really, Samus? You know who's disgusting?
A thought crossed my mind.
Ooh.
Adam.
Yeah, true.
His behavior towards Samus is disgusting.
Could this creature
I should have known.
source?
Why is she monologuing anyway? Who cares about this creature? Why don't you shoot it?
Burn it.
You can shoot everything else in sight.
That's true.
Also, it is totally this creature that's actually angering all the other creatures.
Oh, so better if you shoot it then.
Yeah, that thing, you actually should shoot it, because this is a creature that's basically provoking all other enemies to attack you.
Trigger,
But for some reason, Samus ignores it. Because the plot demands it. Or rather, because Adam interrupted. He told her, hey, gotta go over here now.
And the bunny's still following you, but you don't even
Nope,
know.
the door's locked behind us, so it can't follow us, and then we can't go back to kill it. Disappointing.
Sadness. But speaking of the marketing, like I think I told that.
Oh, cool, the stream's
before,
over.
but-
Well, yeah, speaking of the marketing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but well, speaking of the marketing, like the marketing for the US thing was pretty good. Like it looked really moving.
Oh yeah, that CGI was good. Some people said the kid looked awful or awful acting or something like that. I don't agree. I think they really went all out.
Yeah.
Like this game was supposed to be the second coming of Super Metroid or something like that.
Yeah.
And that probably helped with the backlash, you know?
Yeah, and like the way they presented it, that's the why I wanted to buy the game. But if it weren't for my friends that told me no, don't buy it, it said it's the worst one of the series, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me. Hope y'all enjoyed this video.
Yeah,
I'll
welcome.
have a very nice day. Next time, episode 3. And I think that's the first episode where I'll actually get some game overs.
Oh.
Because of the gameplay, not because of me.
Of course.
Bye-bye.
Bye.